I'm talking about Phil Heath at his prime, and I'm taking those other people as well at their prime. My opinion. Before anybody kills me, all of this is my opinion.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Yuri, incredible.
What's going on, everybody? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Yuri the Incredible. Unfortunately, I'm not representing an incredible apparel. As you guys saw the title of this video, greatest bodybuilder of all time. Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again. Phil the Gift Heath. Now people are probably wondering, what the hell are you talking about? Hang on. Hold your roll, hold your horses. A lot of people are saying that the golden years of bodybuilding was in the 90s, right? I'm gonna make myself comfortable and explain to you why I say it is, right? Maybe I should actually move forward like that. Is that better? Yeah, I see myself a little bit better. The lighting is better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple of base bodybuilders of that era and kind of compare them to Phil Heath. I'm gonna have the pictures and videos and all of that stuff playing around here in front of me so that you guys can see. Usually I don't do these kind of videos, but the reason why I'm doing this video is because we are stuck at home and I've just been watching a whole lot of stuff on the internet and I've been comparing and studying and boredom really. Hopefully you guys are gonna like it. So here we go. I'm gonna obviously take the best Phil Heath versus the best of the 90s era, right? So the golden era, as it will say. I think it was a golden era if I'm not mistaken, but yeah. I'm gonna start off with a couple of guys, right? The first person that I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna take Lee Priest. The reason why I chose Lee Priest is because I've heard and I've seen a lot of comparison with Phil Heath whenever it comes to bodybuilding, because it's got almost the same structure and all of that stuff. And I said almost before somebody out there is like, no, he didn't. Almost the same structure, as well as he had guns. Basically, he had like huge arms and stuff like that. Two pictures of the two bodybuilders over here, and now I'm gonna have a comparison. The first comparison that I'm gonna do is side chest. First of all, you know, we talked about the arms, right? Between the two bodybuilders. I would say Phil Heath just smokes it. Like Phil Heath's chest is just better on this one. You guys can agree with me. And when it comes to the wheels, like look at the striation and Phil Heath is glued, right? His hamstring, like the separation in that. With that being said, with that side, with that pose, Phil Heath takes it. Hands up. Hopefully you guys know these people, but anyway, the next one is Nasser El Sonbaty. Like this guy was huge. This guy was good. Like, I mean, I would go as far as saying that, you know what, he could give a full run for his money whenever it comes to the front, right? This guy was huge, you know. Like there's a couple of pictures and stuff that I looked around and stuff, like this guy was huge. He was big and he had good flow, but it's bodybuilding, right? It's what that means is everything. So whenever they're gonna turn around, Phil Heath's back is just, it's gonna smoke him, and his conditioning was never the greatest. You know, I'm talking about like top level bodybuilders. His conditioning was never the best. Another pictures, if you look at Phil Heath's hamstrings and versus Phil Heath's back, his overall back is the shapes, the bubbles just coming out of Phil Heath's back. He's never gonna touch Phil Heath whenever it comes to that. So next, you're probably telling yourself, man, those aren't really big names, right? I like to say that those were starters. So I'm gonna go for the heavy hitters right now. I'm gonna go for the ones that everybody should know if you're into bodybuilding, as we'll call it. The first one that I'm gonna go for is Levrone. With the 90s bodybuilders, he's the one that we say that looks the most like Phil Heath, because he had that fullness. You know what? There's actually a picture that I'm gonna put right here that shows you they almost look like clones. That's how close they were. We're gonna go for the first pose, side chest. For argument's sake, we give this one to Kevin. You know, if he ages it out, because obviously Kevin Levrone has got, you know, his chest and his bicep, his tricep, his delts and all of that stuff. You know, that bubble effect that they have, him and Phil do have. But, you know, for argument's sake, let's give it to Kevin. But I'm not saying that he wins. Kevin doesn't win, because obviously, like, as soon as Phil just sits on his hamstring like that, that hang that he's got on his legs, game over. So for argument's sake, let's give that to Kevin. But what else does he win? When it comes to other poses, front double bicep, nope, Phil takes it. Front lat spread, Phil takes it. Kevin doesn't take anything, like except maybe that side chest, maybe. So I just felt sorry and gave it to him. For those people that disagree with me, you guys can comment below and see what else. I mean, a lot of people hate on Phil. I don't know if it's his attitude, I don't know, whatever it is, people hate on him. This is what I typed on Google: best Kevin Levrone side chest, best Phil Heath, and then I'm taking them at their prime at that time, so I'm comparing those pictures, right? So next, Phil Heath is kicking ass. A classic bodybuilder, Shawn Ray, one of the favorite but very controversial whenever it comes to his opinion and all of that stuff. I just decided to put him there because he's one of the greatest, right? I'm looking at any poses, like you guys can choose if you want, you can Google it, any pose. I don't think he comes close to Phil Heath. He's conditioning, his 3D effects. I just don't think Phil Heath is much bigger than him. I'm not gonna take long when it comes to this, not saying criticizing him or anything, but in this case, Phil Heath is just simply better. So the next one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time, Flex Wheeler, the Sultan of Symmetry. He was just like amazing whenever it came to symmetry. So there's actually a picture of one of the most iconic, at least into my eyes, one of the most iconic pictures, bodybuilder pictures of all time, of Flex Wheeler, and Phil Heath almost did the same one. And see that? That's the most, at least in my eyes. Anybody disagree with that? Just tell me which picture you think is the most iconic. Yeah. So let's get into this comparison. It's going to be super close whenever it comes to front double bicep, rear double bicep. It's super close right now. Like I said, Flex Wheeler is beating Phil Heath, but then those ones we don't know. So let's give it as a tie. Phil's got it on the side chest, rear lat spread. And what else? Phil Heath will kill him in the conditioning department, because I mean, Flex wasn't always the best conditioning in my eyes. So that means that's 2-3 to Phil, right? So here we go, Phil is winning again. Like I said at the beginning of the video, before somebody's like, oh, Phil Heath with the bubble gut, I'm talking about Phil Heath at his prime, and I'm taking those other people as well at their prime. Flex Wheeler, he's a damn good bodybuilder. Size, when it comes to pictures, obviously the pictures aren't exactly the same. We've got better cameras right now, but like whenever it comes to size, Phil Heath just, just looks bigger. Like his glutes were shredded, his hamstring was just like, oh man, his calves were just amazing. So I'm sorry, my favorite bodybuilder, one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time, Flex Wheeler, loses to Phil Heath again. So who is up next? So I think this video is long enough. So this will leave us with two of the potential saviors, I will say, Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman. I bet you guys were wondering when they're gonna come up, right? Don't worry, come down, like chill. So I'm gonna go for Dorian Yates because I left the best for the best, right? I think that the thing that kind of separates Dorian to Phil Heath is that Dorian was known for his graininess, right? And some say conditioning. I think that is wrong. The reason why I say that is because, like, if you have to compare them, like Phil Heath is back, and the amount of detail and separation and all of that stuff that Phil Heath had in his back trumps Yates. So you can't really compare it that way. Dorian Yates was big. He was one of the biggest dudes that they were, right? Phil Heath is just looks 3D. Like his legs. This is bodybuilding. I keep talking about legs because, first of all, like whenever it comes to bicep, I don't think anybody touches Phil Heath. That's my opinion. Here are some pictures of Phil Heath. Here. Just look at it. That's super ridiculous. It's crazy to even think about it. Just that quad sweep that Phil Heath had versus Dorian Yates from the back. It just looks better. So like if it has to be like symmetry versus fullness and all of that stuff, not just bigness and graininess. When it comes to that, yet again, guess who wins? the gift. I know I'm hearing it already in the comments. This is not fair. If I want to be fair, the Phil Heath will win in the side chest, most muscular. Only why I say most muscular is just Dorian Yates didn't have those striations in his chest, right? He was great, but he didn't have most muscular front double bicep. Like, the only thing that Dorian, I think, could win it is a front lat spread, because as soon as he opened up his lats, it was just a shadow. Get it? Because his nickname is a shadow. For those of you that didn't know. With that being said, here are the pictures that I'll kind of compare them to, and as you guys can see, Phil kind of edges it out. Before I go into the next one, I just keep thinking and remembering things like the downside about being in that condition. Like Dorian is just that he kind of somewhat always kind of looked flat compared to Phil. Like Phil kind of just looks so full, you know what I mean? So that's, you know, for the eyes to see, it just looks so much better. You know, he just needed a little bit of pop, my opinion. Before anybody kills me, all of this is my opinion. So far, Phil Heath is winning, and he's like the best bodybuilder so far out of all these people that I mentioned. So now we're going to the King Ronnie against a gift. This one is a difficult one, right? Ronnie Coleman, whenever it comes to size, check. Comes to conditioning, check. When it comes to fullness, check. When it comes to shredded glutes, check. When it comes to quads, check. He's the only one that can neutralize or beat Phil. The only thing that I think Phil Heath can maybe win is his carbs, right? Apart from that, everything else, Ronnie wins. With that being said, Phil Heath is number 2. Ronnie Coleman is number 1. So if you like this kind of video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You are who you say you are. Yuri the Incredible is out. Peace.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Yuri the Incredible.